Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I'm going to be doing my first fall makeup look of 2017. I hope you guys enjoy it and let's get started. First, I'm using the Makeup Geek in the Nude palette. I'm using this medium kind of matte brown shade as a base color for our crease. We're going to go ahead and just take a fluffy blending brush. These brushes that I'm using, I call them the unicorn brushes that I have, but they are from Moda Brushes. They're a relatively new makeup brush line, and they sell vegan, cruelty-free makeup brushes, and they are absolutely amazing, and they're so freaking cute. I've been obsessed as of late, so I'm happy to share them with you guys. Once we're done diffusing that color, we're going to go in with a medium to dark brown shade. This one is a beautiful cocoa color with a hint of red in it, which I think is perfect for fall because it really warms up the eyes. And so I'm popping that into the crease area with a fluffy pencil brush. And this we're just doing to add the color into the crease and kind of lining it in there. And then we're going to go ahead and blend that out with the fluffy blending brush we used for our base color. So right now we're just trying to outline the shape of our crease, kind of get that really nice kind of cat eye look. I like to do that because I have almond shape eyes, so I like to follow the natural shape of my eyes with the crease color and just really kind of shape it to my liking. So that is what I'm doing here, and then you can just keep adding color if that's what you want. So right now I'm diffusing the color and blending it out with the fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to keep on adding color until I get a intensity that I want. So this is kind of the most tedious part of the eye look. It's just blending and adding color. If you want a more daytime look, this will be relatively fast. If you want something a little more nighttime, you're going to probably do a couple coats of this eyeshadow just because you don't want to go in too heavy with it at first, and you're going to be blending and diffusing, so it could take a while, but it's definitely worth it to really make sure that your eyeshadow is nicely blended. I'm going to be spraying a little bit of Fix Plus onto my shadow brush, and I'm using this beautiful, it's kind of a burgundy kind of shimmer color. I feel like it has a little pop of purple in there, but it's also a brown shade, so it's very interesting to me, but I love this color, and it goes on so beautifully foiled with or without Fix Plus. I like to do the Fix Plus just to avoid any fallout, but honestly I've used it dry before and I really didn't have very much fallout anyway, so it's basically however you prefer to do your lid color. But this is what I'm doing, and I'm just kind of patting it on, foiling it along the top of the eye, and it just looks so pretty. I love these Makeup Geek eyeshadows. I'm so obsessed, and this palette is perfect for all year round. So now I'm going to go into the brows. I'm going to groom them, which I've done already, and then I'm using just a flat liner brush. This one is from Bare Minerals. I've had it for a while. It's a duo-ended brush. One side is for liner, the other side is just a flat brush like this, and I like to use it for my brows. I'm using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Medium Brown, and I just go ahead and outline my brows, top and bottom, and then I go ahead and just lightly feather them in. And this is great too, this pomade, because it lasts a really long time, and it's also, I believe it's waterproof, so your brows won't go anywhere if it rains, but I've never had a problem with that actually happening. So yeah, this is basically just me grooming the brows, feathering them out at the tip, and shaping them basically. So now onto foundation. I'm using the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Foundation. I love it. It's kind of a semi-matte foundation. I like to go ahead and dot it on. I use two shades to get my perfect match. I will leave the shade numbers in the description box for you guys. So all I'm doing is dotting it on, and then I'm going to be taking a really cool oval brush from Moda Brushes. I love this brush. It literally diffuses the foundation and just magically smoothens the skin. It looks so good. Like, honestly, when I look at my skin in the mirror, I'm like, this is amazing. Like, it really just totally smooths the foundation onto my skin so flawlessly. I love how it works. I do wish the handles were a little bit sturdier. I feel like they feel a little bit weak, so I like to go ahead and just like press on the actual oval part with my finger just to really get in there when I'm applying my foundation. But other than that, the bristles are great. The foundation doesn't sink into the brush, which I hate with certain brushes. The foundation just goes away. So anyway, after that, I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I am in the shade medium, light medium, I believe. I will leave the exact shade in the description box. I'm applying it to my under eye area, my nose, along the chin, and the forehead. And then I'm going to go back with the Moda brush that I use for my foundation, one of their oval brushes, and I'm going to go ahead and just blend it out. Again, as you can see, I mean, the brush speaks for itself, the way that it totally just blends my foundation and concealer so flawlessly, so beautifully. So I just do really recommend these, and they're very affordable, by the way. So now I'm going to be applying my Laura Mercier translucent powder with this Hourglass highlighting sponge. I like to use it dry to apply just my translucent powder. You can also use it wet, but I don't really find that it makes too much of a difference. I like using it because it does have a flat side, which is really great for applying translucent powder, so I do recommend it for that. Now using my Trio contour kit from Bare Minerals. It's one of their new ones. I'm in medium to tan. This contour kit has been my favorite as of late. It blends so beautifully. The powders are really creamy, it's a creamy kind of powder. I don't know if that makes sense, but it just blends so beautifully onto your skin. And I love the shader shade. It's the darker shade of the Trio, and that one is to obviously create the depth that you want. And then I actually go over that with the blending shade, which looks a little bit scary to some people because it is on a little bit on the orange side, but it honestly blends your shade color so beautifully into your skin that it just makes the contour look really nice and subtle, and it just, I don't know, it just really warms up the skin really nicely, and it doesn't go on orange to the skin. As you can see, I like to apply the blending color over the top of the shader shade. And here, as you can see, I'm doing the same steps. I'm just contouring my nose. This requires lots of blending for me because if not, it can look really crazy. So I'm just blending, and I thought I'd fast forward it just to save you guys some time. You know how it is. Blending just takes so much time. So let's just speed through this part real quick. Once I'm done contouring the nose, I just like to apply a little bit more translucent powder to the top, and then I'm going to go ahead and blend it all out, as well as the other areas in which I applied the translucent powder. Now taking a peachy nude blush, I'm going to apply it to the apples of my cheeks. Now I'm using my Smashbox Primer Water. I'm going to apply it all over my face. It's so refreshing, and it's just going to set everything beautifully. While it's still drying, I like to go over the lid color again just to make it more foiled, more metallic, make it pop more. So this is optional, but if you feel like you want a little bit more of a metallic look, just go ahead and apply a little more eyeshadow over the top. And then I'm going in with the Pearl color from the palette, and I'm going over the brow bone with it just to create a really nice subtle highlighted effect underneath the brow. Now using my Wet n Wild liquid liner, I'm just going to do a very quick cat eye. Not too thick, but you know, it depends. If you want this look for nighttime, you could definitely go in and do a really nice, thick, dramatic cat eye. It's all your preference, but this is what I'm doing because I think I want this to be just a little bit more daytime, so I'm doing a thinner liner look. And of course, boo-boos happen. I got a little bit of liner on my face, but that's okay because I'm going to fix it after it dries. It's always important to just let the product dry on the skin before you try to rub it off because it could get really messy. So I'm just going to let that little air dry on my face, and then I'm just going to take it off with a tweezer, the tweezers. Just be careful not to grab your skin. And then from there, I'll go over it with the foundation brush to get rid of the darkness there. So now I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter palette. This one is the Nicole Guerrero palette, along with my Laura Mercier fan brush. And I'm going to highlight my cheekbones with the shade Glow Getter, which is my favorite one from the palette. It's so pretty. It's like a golden highlight. It just works really well with my skin tone. And I thought I'd mention that this brush has no Fix Plus on it. This is the way the highlighter sits on the skin without any water or liquid product. It just looks so pretty, so good. And then I just apply a little bit on the bridge of my nose. Now I'm going back in with the crease color shade, the darker cocoa brown color. I'm applying that to my lower lash line. And then for an inner corner highlight, I'm going to be using the Pearlescent cream shade from the palette in the inner corners. Now using mascara, I'm using the Almay One Coat Mega Volume Mascara. I'm applying one coat to my top lashes. And then I'm going to be using the Clinique Full to Flutter Mascara for the lower lashes, just because that brush is a lot easier to work with because it's a lot thinner. Now my favorite lip color, I decided to go with this plum shade from Rimmel. It's one of their Stay Matte liquid lipsticks, which are my favorite line from them. These are probably my favorite matte liquid lipsticks ever. Actually, they surpass the Kylie lip kits because they're so easy to work with, and I don't need to use a lip liner when I shape and fill in my lips. It just goes on so beautifully, and it doesn't dry. It goes on kind of like a velvety finish, and then it dries to a matte. It's just so pretty. So I'll leave the actual name of this shade in the description box, but this is the final look. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. It's free and you get notified when I post new videos just like this one. So stay tuned for more videos, you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.